After 9/11,
Wait a
Osama
minute. Oh, there we go.
bin Laden actually sent
Call hello, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Dash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of rule well. I am not a member. However, I've entered into their labors, peace, mercy, and blessings to them, to Sarah, brothers and sisters, students, wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. Back at you with another quick one. We'll take this letter, what was read at face value, because Bin Laden, for all we know, he could have been dead before '02, and we don't even understand what the attack was about. There's so many holes in the 911 thing, but that's not the point of the video. Like I said, we're going to read this at face value and get a couple scriptures, or listen to this video at face value. We'll get some scriptures and that'll be it. But it's just another bringing up another accusation, accusing you to your face in front of the presence of the Father Yahweh Bahashim, in the name of Yahweh Shai, whom you ignorantly refer to as Jesus. In their presence. So we're, calling you out. Everybody is calling you out. Some without any understanding, but they do understand that you are a devil. You are the wicked. And then some of us who are blessed and fortunate enough to be given the understanding, we're calling you out as well. So this is just one more thing, one more person doing another calling out and asking, how long, O Lord? So let's let this play.
a letter to the American people explaining why he attacked us. His reasoning was essentially an example of blowback. Blowback is when a government secretly attacks a foreign country. Then when that foreign country wants revenge, it seems like an unprovoked random attack.
Right, and if you go throughout history, just type in how many times we've gone, or Babylon the Great has gone into some country and done something covertly, and then overtly put the response of that country on blast. Hell, you might be seeing this pretty soon with this whole Russia-Ukraine thing. They may have some, provocateurs in there to incite some protest, quote unquote, and the usual, the age-old thing that they do when they try to dismantle things from the inside. A little COINTELPRO action.
In his letter, bin Laden says he attacked us because we attacked them first. He says you attacked us in Palestine. He says you attacked us in Somalia. He said your governments attack us on a daily basis. He says you steal our wealth and oil. And he says we've committed the biggest theft that has ever been witnessed by mankind in the history.
Oh, and you see the stealing of wealth and the stealing of oil, especially because of this China and Saudi deal. Babylon the Great is going to be, they're going to be doing something. They're going to be up to their usual nefarious activity around the world, seeing where they can steal some resources.
History of the world. He says our military occupies other countries and we've spread military bases throughout them. He says we've corrupted their lands. And he says the American people...
Oh, and with that, we talking about corrupting land. I got a couple of scriptures I want to get. So obviously, this is the most obvious one I could grab off the rip. Is Habakkuk 2 and 5. I think my Bible app is done updating, so I had to use the regular Safari search engine. But yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And you can include resources and wealth and anything that you can get, anything they can get their hands on. They leave nothing open. And this is Revelation 18 and 3. Put your finger in that. We're going to let this roll just a little bit more. I think it's another minute and a half on this.
People are to blame because we choose our government through our own free will. He says we chose these politicians and we support them. He says we're causing people to die and children to starve. He says we pay taxes that fund the bombing of other countries. He says the U.S. Army is made up of the American people, and that all these reasons are why the American people are to blame and not just our government.
Hey, what they say, ignorance is not an excuse, and most average Americans are probably the dumbest people on the planet, and they are starting that sleep is starting to come up off them due to the word being spread according to prophecy through the men of the great millstone and those who preach the like doctrine, also their elders. They have this thing has just blown up, and now you can see every damned fool will pick up a Bible now and start huffing and puffing and talking about Jesus and all this other stuff. They have a zeal, but it's not according to knowledge, and uh, don't even try to tell them or correct them on something. Even if you do it meekly, they're proud, but that's okay. Let them be proud. That's why in the scriptures it tells you to just kick the dust off your feet. They don't want to hear you. Move on, because they have a recompense coming, just like this. Their father, their proud father, they have a recompense coming.
He says that since they were attacked first, they have a right to attack back. And his solution to all of this was for us to become Muslims. He wanted us to stop being gay, stop doing drugs, and stop gambling.
All of which is encompassed in the laws. So basically, the true leaders of the earth, who the Lord put originally, who are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are to be put in charge only after, according to the book of Hebrews, when you take the stony heart, which is the semblance of the tablets of the law, and he gives us that fleshly heart, which means he puts the covenant, or that new covenant is established, and he puts the law, statutes, and commandments in us. That means we cannot go off. That means we will be righteous. That means righteousness will be running the earth. Right? When the wicked mourn, when the wicked rule, all right, Proverbs 29 and 2. We'll read it in the NLT. When the godly are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in power, they groan. All right, you can't even eat food without knowing if it's been grown in a lab. You can't even go out into the earth and dig something up and eat it, or plant a tree and eat it, and glean the fruit from it, or drink the water. You can't do anything. It has literally been turned into a prison planet. You cannot, if you think you're free, you're a fool. You got to pay for everything. You have to pay to exist. And anything that is not of profit, because this devil likes to I'm saying it, commoditize, pretty much turn everything into a commodity. You pay for it. Everything they can get their hands on, they commoditize and make it about $1. So if it benefits the people in any way, they demonize the person that invented something that helps, that actually helps, because they're not in control of it. And then, maybe that person ends up gone somewhere. There's always something. People cannot just live. And that is why we ought to be saying, how long? Because, damn, man, you can't. Let's just go. But anyway, all it's saying, what this basically says, is that the laws and the statutes and commandments need to be the cornerstone of how the earth is governed and run, not Islam or Christianity or any sort of religion for that matter. Just the heritage that was given to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because we are supposed to be on top. Now they will be the tail and we will be the head pretty soon here, but we got some major events that got to pop off first, some major prophecies.
He says we've destroyed nature. We've spread industrial waste and gases more than any other nation in history. He says we've destroyed mankind more than any other nation in history. He criticizes us for dropping the atomic bomb on Japan. He accuses us of wanting freedom and democracy for white people only. He says that we stop other countries from establishing democracies. He says we've committed war crimes all across the world. He says we've violated human rights while acting like we're the protectors of human rights. He says we need to pack our bags, get out of foreign lands, and leave everybody alone. And he said if we don't leave them alone, to expect more attacks in New York and Washington.
Right, and they can also use that as a FLASE, FLAG in the future, because there's always has to be a boogeyman. Again, we got he enlarges himself, so that encompasses Habakkuk. We got Proverbs. Let's get Revelation 11, 18, and 19. And I really just want the end of 18. Let's see. We'll just read 18 in its entirety. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they know that they should be judged, and that thou shouldst give reward unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldst destroy them which destroy the earth. That's the point I wanted, because there is no other way. Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, and the perfection have created the perfect enemy, the perfect devil. There's no light in this animal at all.
So after 9/11, Osama bin...
Okay, so it started over, but that's all I wanted to grab. And as you can see, these things that are being said are very true. Just like in Rome that had conquered, old Rome that had conquered the known world at the time, this is Rome 2.0, the face of it. And they have conquered the entire face of the earth. There is a base everywhere. Everywhere. Even in a remote location you think that it wouldn't be, it's there. Whether it's conventional or somewhere underground. And very, very soon, there will be a reckoning for how this devil has mismanaged and mistreated this beautiful creation that we have. So, with that being said, repent, continue to sigh and cry for the abominations and the wickedness that is done, and keep asking, how long? Shalom.